Jake said I'd call on Jake next April, but I'll get to you.
The president the other day made 3 allusions to Mitt Romney putting his dog on his roof. Is that part of this important policy debate?
He made one allusion in 3 different speeches that was a joke. Just like I think the Romney campaign and others have joked about the fact that in the president's memoir he talked about as a boy eating dog meat in Indonesia because that is something that's done there. You know, I think a little levity is a lot different from the kind of ridiculous charges that are being made here. But it's an interesting case in point. The president on that day spent a great deal of time talking about the importance of the wind energy tax credit, the importance to the renewable energy sector in this country, which has doubled its output, its production under this president because of the historic investments that this administration has made in that sector, and about the fact that extension of that tax credit is supported by both Democrats and Republicans, Republicans in the states that are principally affected, including governors and senators, but is opposed by Congress, Washington Republicans. That's an issue that affects the jobs and livelihood of up to 7,000 people in Iowa. It affects the jobs and livelihood of up to 37,000 people around the country, in an industry that employs roughly 75,000 people in this country, and it's an industry that has been growing and will continue to grow if we make the kinds of wise investments that will ensure that as we move forward in this century, we rely less and less on foreign imports of energy and more on American energy. And that is a substantive policy issue. And like one joke as an aside should not become the focus of the campaign or the coverage of the campaign. I understand that Republicans don't want to talk about the wind energy tax credit.
You guys are so naive as to think that the president talking about Mitt Romney putting his dog on his roof isn't going to elevate that and become what Chuck Todd might refer to as cable catnip, and that will step on the president's own message on wind energy. I don't think. I mean, especially considering it was obviously in his prepared remarks.
Well, let me make clear that the president's message that day was on wind energy. It was not on a joke, and maybe I am naive to think that a one-line joke about a dog would not then become the principal focus of the coverage of the president for the day. I know it wasn't in Iowa the principal focus of the coverage. The focus was on the importance of the wind energy tax credit. But I take your point, and I'll be less